Okay, in today's video, what I'm going to illustrate is a workaround, get-by situation for a recurring problem we have with some of the better quality even John Deere lawnmowers. John Deere builds a good lawnmower. I am very partial to the old LX and LT machines from the early to mid 2000s. Those seem to be some very durable, long-lasting mowers. I like to buy those, fix them up, and flip them. But I can rarely, virtually never, find one available that has a hood that has not been shattered. John Deere loves to put plastic hoods that are very low quality on their machines. And I think this is something that they use that goes over a lot of model tractors that they put out, whether it's the garden tractor line, utility tractor line, and even some of their higher end workhorse farm level tractors. These plastic hoods virtually disintegrate as they get a little age on them, a little bit of UV wear and tear to the plastic, and they're just no good. However, the machines themselves, I happen to think, are very durable, particularly the Kawasaki and Kohler powered ones. They seem like they are ready just to go and go and go to 1,500 to 2,500 hours with some decent maintenance. So what I'm going to show you is what I did today, rather than buy an OEM hood, including upper hood, lower hood, the blower housing, and grill that you would have to buy for a John Deere OEM would probably run you $700 to $900. You can get some aftermarket versions online at Amazon. I'll go ahead and put a plug in for Kumar Brothers Amazon store. They've got some decent parts available there. But even there, once you buy the upper hood, the lower hood, the grill, the blower, as well as the decals, the replacement decals for it, you'll still have over $300 in it. So what I'm going to look at today is a way to add another lawnmower hood to a John Deere that looks somewhat decent, but also primarily has some functionality as well. You know, hoods do a lot of things. They help protect the engine and the engine parts from the elements, and they help keep the air circulating around the mower as well to prevent some overheating. Well, we want some functionality in that hood as well. So I'm going to show you what I did to my LT 180 that I'm working on today.
Here we go. You can see the yard machined hood. More on that a little bit later in the video. Just kind of test sitting down on top of it there. I actually had the original hood brackets just bolted to the front there with it sitting on those to start with. A little bit high, yes, but it works there. I shortened them a little bit more again on that later. You'll see some detail on how it actually fit. And there's some test hinging on it. It seemed to be working okay, so I decided to go through with it. There it is, hinged forward completely. I think took it outside and hung it on my rack with my ratchet strap bar. Had to get everything good and clean, and then I started priming on it and getting ready to paint it. Of course, I did this back in the summer of 2025, so the sunshine and things, it was a calm day, no trash blowing. Got it primed and got it painted green. Right proud of how it turned out there. It looked pretty good.
This is an LT 180 machine, again from about 2001. I picked this thing up to flip in pretty daggum good shape, virtually no rust anywhere on the deck or on the machine whatsoever, and was surprised at how much pull this Kawasaki V-twin has on this thing. I mean, it pulls this 48-inch deck without any issues. Well, the first thing I had to do was adapt a couple of front end mount brackets. and I had to drill a couple of extra holes to be able to brace this thing at the extreme front as possible. I've got one, of course, on each side. Now, in terms of taking these things and altering them, I still got a little bit of a problem. The hood has a tendency to want to vibrate out. I think you might be better off to drill maybe a 3/4 size hole first in the middle of this bracket, and then cut a couple of, take your angle grinder and do maybe a 1/2 inch size slot to go to it, and have it where it would just drop down in there a little better than I've been able to make mine. A little bit of a problem I have is the hood still wants to kind of vibrate out, but I'm going to alleviate that with some zip ties to secure it, and then just whenever you got to pull the hood off, you just clip those zip ties. When I got through with it, I was really a little dissatisfied with the gap that shows at the front, so I took a John Deere license plate tag and put on it, and I had to cut a slot out for the muffler at the bottom of the tag, but just something to add a little bit of aesthetics to it. The MTD hood that I bought to put on it as a replacement is much wider at the console than is the standard John Deere hood. So I took a piece of unistrut. There was already a hole in this brace above the battery back here in the back, and put a 1/2 inch bolt to it, bolted it to it. I measured it to fit, I believe it was 19 inches, cut the ends of it with my angle grinder, then trimmed them off a little bit, and then I added a couple of plastic center wheel covers to the end of it. Just something to cushion the hood a little bit. I bought this 4-inch wide rubber off Amazon to put on it, let you get a better look at how that unistrut looks back there. And I secured it with some zip ties, and there was a bolt, of course, a screw right in there. I put it there, and there I had to cut 2 pieces of it. That helps take care of this gap that showed at the back to help keep it maybe from blowing quite as much warm air back on the operator.
Okay, here we go with some shots of the machine done. You see the LED light bar there in front of it. That's completed outside, and a front shot, a left-hand shot there. Really proud of how it turned out. I think it's a good-looking mower for sure.
Okay, in this view, you can see how I've adapted this. This is an MTD yard machines metal hood that I found in a area scrap yard. Got a pretty good deal on it. I put that, of course, I've got it primed and painted green. It had a big missing headlight lens at the front, so I simply added a light bar that I bought off Amazon in there. It's 10,000 lumens, 120 watts. Does a great job. I had these old LT stickers. Actually, it was LT 166 stickers, I believe. I just cut the 166 off and left the LT on there and glued them back on. The hood hinges forward just fine. You ran some loom inside the wire and used the old wire plug for the headlights on it. Got it wired in. I had to, for mounting purposes, I had to put the inlet wire into the right hand, or I guess you'd call it the left hand headlight socket to go on, because the cooler louvers for the Amazon headlight actually go are on the bottom of the headlight bar that way, but that wasn't a problem. But I was just tickled at the way this thing come out. I've got this machine is sold already, and the guy has looked at it, and I'm going to be delivering it today, and he seems to be very pleased with the job we've done with it. So let me encourage you, I've seen a few more of these things adapted on Facebook Marketplace, available to sale. I saw one where a guy had actually taken a old Craftsman hood and put on it. It rides a little high, You know, you can see in the front and the bottom, but it looks pretty good. I wouldn't mind having the ability to put this tag a little further forward, but everything I tried to do, it interfered with the opening and closing of this hood. So I had to mount it to the cooling heat shield that goes in front of the muffler. No reason why you couldn't mount a bumper to the front of one of these though, and have some added protection to it. So hopefully this video will help someone out. If you think it's something that is good, I encourage you to do the same thing. Please hit like and subscribe, and even that little bell for notifications whenever you see another video from Carl Hobbs and Solutions from the South. Meanwhile, from South Georgia, I wish you a wonderful day and prosperous rest of the mowing season.